So, good evening everyone. We are going to talk about archaeological anthropology. The present day field of archaeological anthropology, it have undergone transformations. Okay, earlier you can say the earliest phase was classical archaeology. In this phase of classical archaeology, the focus was mainly on the classification of antiquarian remains. So, basically in this phase, what was the main motto of anthropologist? Anthropological perspective was limited here. The purpose was to identify, dig and date and identify and classify whether the artifact or an antiquarian remain belongs to Paleolithic period, Mesolithic period, Neolithic period, Bronze Age, Iron Age, etc. So, in this phase you can say that three age system was there, okay, or you can say Lubbock gave the term like Paleolithic and Neolithic, है ना, Lubbock ने terms दी थी Paleolithic and Neolithic, है ना. So, in the earliest phase that was the purpose. Then what happened that around Second World War many changes have taken place, okay. As we have seen after the Second World War, even physical anthropology transformed into biological anthropology, right. Social and cultural anthropology merged into socio-cultural anthropology. Similarly, here also there was changes, right, and the change that was spearheaded, there were two main prominent scholars in two different countries. One was Lewis Binford and David Clark. These two scholars basically they were influenced by some scholars like Gordon Childe, Julian Stewart, systems approach, use of statistics, right, understanding the functionality of the artifact in the context of the overall environment and other things, right. So, basically this classical archaeology was transformed by a movement that we call new archaeology movement. Okay, and this archaeology movement was spearheaded by these two scholars. That lead to, you can say, second shift that becomes new archaeology, or you can say the proper name of new archaeology is processual archaeology. So, processual archaeology or new archaeology was basically, the main purpose was to make archaeology interdisciplinary, right. Here these scholars, whether it is Lewis Binford or Clark, they say any artifact does not occur in isolation, right. It is part of larger context where there is environment, right, there is geology, okay, and there are other factors that control that what kind of tool artifact can be found. So, if you have to study a tool or any artifact, any remain, you have to understand in the overall context, you have to study all processes associated with a particular tool, right. Who influenced these scholars? Julian Stewart's culture ecology approach. Who influenced them? Gordon Childe. who was an archaeologist himself. Who other influenced? Piggott, ठीक है, ग्राहम क्लार्क, राइट, सिस्टम्स थ्योरी, ये सब लोगों ने इनको इन्फ्लुएंस किया. एंड दिस इज that we have to understand all processes associated with any particular artifact. Now here there is one limitation in this approach. Basically it neglects, you can say, human individuality, human innovativeness, right. So these people, they come under heavy criticism by interpretative archaeology. That can be told as the archaeology of mind also, right. It influenced other schools like cognitive archaeology, etc., etc. Now here human agency, human individuality, humans' power to change or make artifacts was not understood. This stage basically appreciate human individuality, human agency to make tools to change or to shape the environment, to exploit the resources, ठीक है. यहाँ पे लेविस बिनफोर्ड और क्लार्क थे. इन लोगों का क्रिटिसिज्म देने वाले थे इयान होडर. इयान होडर was influenced from the post modern thought. थोड़ी सब्जेक्टिविटी को लेके आए. ये डिटर्मिनिस्टिक थे थोड़े से. ये कह रहे हैं नो, ह्यूमन इंडिविजुअलिटी, ह्यूमन एजेंसी इज अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फोर्स दैट कैन शेप द एनवायरनमेंट. यहाँ पे एनवायरनमेंट शेप कर रहा था सब कुछ. ये कहता है कि ह्यूमंस कैन शेप द एनवायरनमेंट, राइट. सो ये इनका क्रिटिसिज्म था. It is also somehow influenced by all those scholars, Graham Clark, Gordon Childe and all, ठीक है. So ये तीन important stages हैं आर्कियोलॉजी के as a discipline के डेवलपमेंट में, ठीक है. I believe you have got a clarity. So डेवलपमेंट इस तरह से लिख सकते हो. आपसे न्यू आर्कियोलॉजी एक स्पेशल क्वेश्चन पूछा जा सकता है. They can go on to interpretative archaeology. So if they ask this one, you can talk about this one. Whenever you can say they ask you about, you can say archaeological anthropology, you have to write all the three. If they ask new archaeology movement, they ask you processual archaeology, then you have to write this from where it was influenced. और ये सब चीज़ें मैंने आपका जो 300 प्लस जो मेरे questions and answers हैं, model answers हैं, उसमें भी available है. So you can see it there also, right. Around 300 plus questions and answers are there. So in that it is available. Okay. Now after this